how fierce she is, how real she is, how fearless. And
there are few names in Hollywood as universally respected as Meryl Streep. She's the kind of actress whose performances redefine what acting can be. Raw, intelligent, and hauntingly real. Over a career that spans nearly 50 years, she's become the gold standard of excellence. But behind that perfection lies something even more fascinating.
It's down into everybody's life because it kind of gives permission for other people to do the same.
Honesty. And at 76, Meryl Streep is finally being honest about something she's kept private for decades. The 7 roles she truly despised. Not because they failed her, but because they failed to let her be the artist she wanted to be. To understand her confessions, we have to go back to the early years. Meryl Streep began her career as a young woman.
You two are engaged?
Why don't you be honest, Josh, and just tell Mom that you don't want her at the wedding?
Determined to be seen not for her beauty, but for her craft. From Kramer versus Kramer to Sophie's Choice, she built her reputation on emotional authenticity, the ability to vanish into any role. But as she once admitted, not every performance came from inspiration. Some came from obligation. There were roles I said yes to, she once revealed, because I thought it was the smart move. But the smart move isn't always the right one.
42 pence. Anchor butter is 40 pence. Flora margarine.
The first of those missteps, according to her, was Still of the Night, 1982, a chilly psychological thriller meant to showcase her versatility after winning an Oscar. She starred alongside Roy Scheider in what critics called a modern Hitchcock homage. But for Meryl, the project felt hollow. The character was distant, the plot mechanical, and the direction cold. Years later, she admitted she never felt the heartbeat of that film. It taught her that a movie without emotional truth, no matter how stylish, could never satisfy her. The next on her list was She-Devil, 1989, a dark comedy opposite Roseanne Barr. It was a bold experiment, Meryl playing a narcissistic romance novelist. But the experience wasn't joyful. The on-set tension, the uneven tone, and the pressure of mixing slapstick with satire left her exhausted. She later confessed, "I was pretending to have fun in a movie that didn't know what it wanted to be." The film performed moderately well, but Meryl's heart wasn't in it. She called it one of her most confusing roles. Then came The House of the Spirits, 1993, a historical drama with huge potential. Adapted from Isabel Allende's celebrated novel, it was meant to be a sweeping epic about family, politics, and power.
Dirty little son of a bitch! I'll kill him! I swear on my mother's soul! When I find...
But controversy struck when the mostly white cast was chosen to play Latin American characters. Streep, reflecting years later, admitted she felt uncomfortable with the casting choices, saying, "It wasn't our story to tell that way." The film's poor reception stung deeply, and she described it as a painful reminder that good intentions can still miss the mark. Her fourth regret was Lions for Lambs, 2007, a political drama directed by Robert Redford. Meryl admired the project's ambition and its message about war.
Risk a great deal to tell the truth.
One has to think about the Mueller investigation.
Media, and responsibility. But when she watched the final cut, she felt disconnected. The film, though intelligent, lacked the emotional power that usually defines her work. It wanted to lecture, she said, not move people. That experience reminded her that cinema, even when moral, must still make us feel. The fifth film on her list is one that surprised many fans. Ricky and the Flash, 2015. On paper, it sounded perfect. Meryl playing an aging rock singer trying to reconnect with her estranged family. The music was real. She even performed the guitar herself. But she later revealed that she never believed in the world of that story. The script felt disconnected, and she found herself torn between comedy and drama. It was two movies fighting to be one, she admitted. It wasn't failure that bothered her. It was insincerity. Next came Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, 2018, a sequel to one of her most joyful and iconic roles.
No! No!
Donna Sheridan. But when Meryl returned, it wasn't the same. Her character was already gone, appearing only in flashbacks and musical dream sequences. She loved the cast, loved the songs, but confessed she felt like a guest at my own party. It was bittersweet, saying goodbye to a character who once made her feel free. And finally, the role that both defined her and nearly broke her, The Iron Lady, 2011. The film earned her a long-awaited third Oscar for her portrayal of Margaret Thatcher. But personally, Meryl found the experience emotionally draining.
Oh, Mom, you're here. It's like the 80s all over again.
I came out.
She respected the woman's strength, but struggled with her politics. "It was the hardest role I've ever played," she said. "I admired her determination, but didn't agree with her vision. It left me conflicted." For months after filming, she avoided political debates entirely, saying the role took more from me than I expected. These 7 films tell a story far deeper than regret. They show an artist wrestling with her own integrity, trying to balance her talent, her beliefs, and her truth. Meryl has said that her worst experiences often became her greatest teachers. "I learned that the movies I hated most taught me the most about myself," she confessed in a rare 2025 interview. "They reminded me that success isn't about applause, it's about honesty." In a world where celebrities often hide behind perfection, Meryl's transparency feels revolutionary. She doesn't pretend that every film was magic. She doesn't erase her mistakes. Instead, she owns them, gracefully, unapologetically. Her legacy isn't just built on her masterpieces, but on her willingness to say, "This didn't work, and that's okay." When you look at Meryl Streep's career today, at 76, what stands out isn't her flawless record. It's her courage to speak with humility, because that's what makes her human. Behind the Oscars, behind the acclaim, there's a woman who simply loves her craft enough to tell the truth about it. So as we revisit these 7 films she despised, we also see the larger portrait of her journey, not as an unbreakable icon, but as an artist still learning, still growing, still daring to be honest in an industry built on illusion. Meryl Streep has never been afraid to play complex women, and now she's shown us that the most complex one of all was herself. This is Hollywood Untold Stories, where we reveal the truths behind the legends. If you enjoyed uncovering the real side of Meryl Streep's career, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Tell us which of her films you loved and which ones surprised you the most. And of course, please subscribe for more deep dives into the secret side of fame, power, and the stories Hollywood doesn't always tell.